Hey, it's Camo with the Nashville Access Facebook show presented by Solis North Gulch Apartments, where taste matters because we're here in the North Gulch. Just a reminder that all the artists that you see on the Nashville Access show, their music ends up on our Nashville Access Facebook show 2019 playlist on Spotify. So make sure you go and follow that playlist because it really helps these folks out. Speaking of talent, was I speaking of talent? I hadn't got there yet, but I'm here now, and I don't know what's wrong with me today. Bailey Callahan, come on in.
Woo!
I think it's the
It's a
stars,
party!
the stars
Hi.
and stripes, and the red and white guitar.
I should have walked in singing "God Bless the USA." That's
Wait.
really what that's my future entrance for everything.
That's I've never seen a guitar as part of the ensemble.
It's all about the branding.
It's
all about the branding.
all about coordination.
Yes.
And stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, don't thank me until it's over. It could go seriously downhill.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
So tell us about how you got to where you are today.
Oh, that is a very long and complex
Is it?
question. So I'm 19 now. I've been doing this since I was 8, and I started pursuing this professionally when I was 10. I had my first paid gig when I was 11, and I performed at a pizza place. But to back up a little bit, I started playing guitar because my grandma made a bet with the first grandchild to learn how to play a musical instrument. Would get $50, and when I was 8, little pet shops were my life, right?
Yeah.
So at $5 a piece, I could have gotten 10 little pet shops.
Yeah.
So heck yeah, I'm gonna do it. Learned guitar, didn't really click, and then there's an artist you may have heard of her. She's kind of mediocre, Taylor Swift.
Heard of her? She's been
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I became obsessed with her, and I learned that she wrote songs, and so literally overnight, it was like boom, bam, boom, everything I ever wanted to do, my life was changed. I started writing songs, my guitar playing just transformed, and so that's been my life ever since.
She's had that big of an influence on you.
Yeah, honestly, I don't fangirl. I mean, I can keep it together pretty good, but I feel like if I met her, I would just sob for an hour straight.
Wow.
Be like, you changed my life.
It's not an unusual story when it comes to somebody like Taylor Swift.
Right. No,
She's been a genius at, knowing her audience and growing with her audience, or having
so
her
cool.
audience grow along with her.
Yeah, she's so cool.
Yeah.
So from there, I got the pizza gig when I was 11. That was just my life, and I started writing songs, like I said. So I put out a record when I was 13. But back then, when I recorded it, I didn't know who I was as an artist. I just wanted to sound like Taylor Swift.
At 13, you don't know who you are as a human being.
Yeah, well, back then I didn't
I'm
think
57,
that. Back
and
then
I
I didn't
still
think
had
that.
no idea who I am as a human being.
Well, so when that record came out, I was 14, and I hated it because it wasn't me anymore. You change so much when you're younger. So that was really a life lesson for me as of, to find who I was before I spend money again and put out music. So I really waited a good 4 years until I released another set of an EP. And that was 100% me, confidently putting that out there. And I was so proud of it. It's a self-titled EP. But one of the songs in there was called Another X, which was on hold for Kelsey Ballerini. And then just from the hype of that, I got bigger. I'm originally a Floridian. I'm a Floridian born and raised. And just the shows got bigger, the social media following got bigger, the opportunities. And here we are today, sitting with you. My new single is out.
So your career has looked like this, and then you get to me and it's like, okay, down here.
No, it's just it was here, and now it's all the way up
Oh,
here.
okay. Well, we'll take that. We'll get it. 2 songs of hers on the Spotify playlist. See,
You guys heard it here, folks. If it is not on the Spotify playlist, he's in big trouble.
It's just that easy. You suck up, you get the plays. Zach could have learned this from you.
Stack. Gosh, Stack.
Zach's in the background just pretending it's funny. So it's been a relative. I mean, when they say Nashville is a 10-year town, that's pretty much your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's the record deal at this point? No. I was virtual schooled in high school, so I pretty much like I moved here last year, but I've unofficially been living here for the past 4 years prior to the move. The reason I went virtual was because I started touring so much, and it also gave me the opportunity to come to Nashville about 2 weeks out of the month. So it was really, I was really fortunate because when I did finally make the move, I knew where I was. I had met people, I had friends. I mean, like one friend, but the familiarity of things, I was a lot more comfortable when I came here. So,
do you think starting at such an early age and being professional in your mid-teens, do you think
I'm professional?
I mean, a professional art.
No, he's like reevaluating his question. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Do you think that has forced you to grow up faster?
Oh yeah, 100%. I find that I don't have a lot of friends my age because, not in a bad way, like I'm just a little bit more further ahead in what my dreams are, and I just kind of had to grow up so much, and there's not anything that I regret about my choices as far as my career and like giving up things, but I do wish that sometimes like I would connect with someone my age, because I don't really have a lot of like friends my age. But then it's also harder too to make friends that are older, because in Nashville the big thing is to like go out to a bar and like hang out, and I can't go to a bar and hang out, nor do I really want to. But it's
to go and just have a few days with friends, so,
or a water, and I can't even get in, so it just limits so many possibilities. But when I moved here, it was really weird because my entire life wanted to be 18 so I could like move. I was out of high school. Like I thought 18 was the golden number. Well, that changed real fast when I learned that like everything in Nashville you have to be 21 for. Yeah. So now 21 is the number to be. But I fortunately, because I think so much of like my drive and wanting to kind of change the system because I am younger, I found ways around, going to bars and stuff. And so I start, like, I go to lunch with a lot of people, or if anything, it's actually made me be in more professional environments because I don't go to bars and socialize. I actually get meetings with people, and it kind of is more businessy rather than like, oh, your shirt's so cute, like how's your new boyfriend? It's like, I'm gonna play you these songs, what do you think? Do you think I have a chance, kind of thing.
Your shirt is so cute, and so how's your boyfriend? No, but it's funny you say that, because I mean I grew up in Ontario in Canada, and so when you're growing up, you can't wait till you're 16 so you can learn how to drive, and then you get that, and it's like, oh great, my parents are making me do all their errands. Yeah. And then you think, okay, well, the drinking age when I was at that age was 18, and then they changed it to 19. So I couldn't wait till I was 18 so I could drink legally. Right. But they changed it to 19.
So then it was 19.
Yeah. So then I got to 19, and then it's you drink. So what? Who cares? Right. Then it's like, okay, but 21, you're really, as they say, an adult, and you get there and you think this isn't any different than 20, and then you think, okay, 25, because then I can rent a car. Not that you ever would. But you think, because all those ages are like mile, and you get there and it's like, whatever. It's
the epitome of the Thomas Rhett song 16. Have you heard that yet? Yeah, it's always like you think you're so close to being there, and then you accomplish that, and then there's just so many other steps. That's life, y'all.
It doesn't get any better. But
it does, but there's just more.
Well, instead of looking forward to, oh boy, this is going to be cool. It's like, oh, I'm at that age now. I'm getting that check. It's different.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
so that's a cute top. And how is your boyfriend?
Well, thank you, because this top is new. And then my boyfriend and I are on. You probably didn't know I had a boyfriend. 3 years strong. We're going good. He moved to Nashville with me. We were high school sweethearts.
Now, see, that's got to be a bit of a challenge.
It's weird.
Because you're the one in the spotlight, and a lot of guys can't handle that. How does he do with that?
He came on at such an awesome time before, well, not awesome as far as like what's going on in my life, but awesome as in the sake of he came on before like really anything big happened. So he was able to kind of grasp everything that was going on before it was huge and just go and didn't have time to learn it. So I had back surgery. So him and I started dating about a year into my back surgery, or after. He came on a year prior to the back surgery, so I was, like he was very helpful in that situation. And then when I started opening up for people or things that I was doing in Nashville, he was able to understand it a lot better than, oh, we're here. We're like, it was just easier to comprehend at that time. But he's never really minded me being not the center of attention, but I think that's the only word that comes to my mind. Yeah. I try and include, this goes for everyone, I try and include everyone in my family, my friends, whatever, just people that I'm like passionate about into what I'm doing. So he's never really felt left out. He might have been on the side of things, but the way that I like handle it, he's never.
So he gets an autograph just like everyone else.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, he goes as far as getting the signed sunglasses.
Oh, all right. Well, that's a good deal. Hey, I'd be your boyfriend for signed sunglasses.
Yes, anything, right? They're polarized too.
Oh, well, there you go. You want to do a song for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You're watching the Nashville Access Facebook show. I'm Camo, and this is my special guest, Bailey Callahan. I know, there's my song. Do you want me to do the single now, or want to do it later? Whatever works for you.
Let's save it for later. Let's kind of keep everyone mysterious.
You should actually do the Carly Simon song, Anticipation, and then that's building the intimate.
I'm more of a fan, and this, I hate to say this, but I'm more of a fan of You're So Vain. I know that's like her biggest song, but I don't know, I just don't really connect.
That's a great song. Because there's always been the story circulating. Who is she talking
about? Who do you think it's about?
Yeah. The stories go, it's Mick Jagger.
I can see that.
But I don't know. I just like the song and I like the lyrics. I don't care who's behind it.
Well, if I ever find out, I'll give you the inside scoop.
All right, then we'll share it with you.
Yes. So I'm contemplating what song I'm going to play because we have a new single that's potentially coming out here later on. But I think I'm going to save that. I'm a Jeep girl, and...
Hold on, Jeep?
Jeep.
Okay, because the enunciation could have gone a different way there.
No, I'm a Jeep, Jeep girl, like Wranglers. And so I wrote a song about it. It's called Jeep Thing. Jeep. If you're watching this,
with a J,
then just whenever you feel ready to give me the Jeep Gladiator, I'd be more than happy to take it in return for you guys using this song. Forget the royalties, just give me the Jeep. It was firecracker red. You could see us coming from a mile away. So watch the sun fade over the water, sitting on the old bar. Only place I wanted to be. That's you I need. Had nothing on you and me. We had a Jeep thing, a you and me thing. Your hands running through my hair, feeling good thing. We had a fun thing, a summer sun thing. Just laying on the beach doing nothing. The top down, we won't wheels rolling down, slowing down, going fast. You wouldn't understand how we was better than any other kind of thing. Yeah, we had a deep thing. Well, what we had burned up quick like a tank of gas, but I still go back, 'cause you can't forget something like that. With a top off and a state love song. Only place I wanted to be. More on the floor, and I never wanted nothing more. We got a Jeep thing, a you and me thing. Your hands running through my hair, feeling good thing. got a deep thing, you and me thing. Your hands running through my hair, feeling good thing. We had a fun thing, a summer sun thing. Just laying on the beach doing nothing. The top down, rainbow views rolling us away now. I'm going fast, kinda love thing. You don't understand how we was better than any other kind of thing. Yeah, we got a deep thing. Yeah, 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 we got a deep thing. The top down, rainbow views rolling us away now. Yeah, we got a deep thing.
Cool song.
Thank you.
It's funny, we were talking to Carly Simon there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at the incredible size of your bell bottoms.
Yes.
Yeah, they're huge bell bottoms.
Oh, yeah.
You've got this whole 70s vibe going. Are you a kind of a 70s girl misplaced?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like it. I feel like I try and be different in every way possible because the whole thing with Nashville is there's millions of people that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing. And there's probably at least 10 other me's out there. So I really realized how tall I am and that I have really long legs and bell bottoms just kind of work on me. And then also just really like being on brand and my whole thing is if you think that you're legit and like you look the part, then other people are gonna think that you're legit, and that's the the biggest thing about Nashville. So recently I've been on this whole like bell bottoms, like cool shoes, and then like crop tops.
Because it's all about the shoes.
Oh my gosh. I found these, you know how long I've been looking for these red shoes for? I've been looking for these for 3 years and I finally found them.
Shoes that almost match your guitar.
Yeah,
Close.
that's the whole thing is it's all about branding. So I'm on this whole like red thing right now, and so it's red guitar, I have a red mic, like red guitar cables, and red shoes.
And the nails.
Yes.
With
4th of July, baby. It's all, I'm so patriotic.
You know the 4th of July is past, right?
Oh.
Or are you getting ready for
But the
next
party
year?
don't stop. The party don't stop.
No, it's a cool thing, and it just when we mentioned Carly Simon, it just got me thinking. The whole 70s thing.
Well, I think as far as music goes, then yeah, I'm an old soul with that, and I feel like I was misplaced in the the time era of where I am. But I think as far as like creativity, I'm in the right era.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting time for artists because there are so many different ways to get your music out to people.
Yeah. But that's almost like that's a good and bad thing if you think about it.
What's bad about it?
Just how many platforms there are that like you could be huge on one, but then like I'm like really big on Instagram, but no one on YouTube knows me.
Yeah.
And so because there's so many platforms that are equally just as big as the other one, that if you don't have the equal amount of following on one, then it doesn't look very good from an outsider looking in.
You're right, it is strange to you from my point of view. It's like Twitter is the last place I think of doing anything.
Yeah.
I know I'm bad, we have a Twitter account and I'm sorry, it's like I do Facebook and Instagram and Twitter is like, whatever.
But there's so many, and then too, like I'm a very creative person, but you know how much creativity, with everything, because you don't want it to be all the same. You don't want to post the same thing on Facebook that you just posted on Instagram. There's so much content that I have to create too, which is not a bad thing, but it's very like time consuming.
Yeah, well, especially when you're on your way up and you're booking your own gigs.
Mm-hmm.
You're being the creative and writing the music and recording the music, and then you've also got to think about putting creativity onto social media platforms and getting your music onto the right platform. Well,
I will say though, when you're putting out new music or anything kind of detrimental in your career, the creativity behind that is really fun. So my single Homemade, like it was like a spin-off of everything homemade. Like it was super cheesy. Like we were like, Paul Dean's recipes are homemade. You know, like really like all of Taylor Swift's songs are homemade. And then we even did like a cooking segment because I go live on Facebook a lot. And so before it was crazy, like that my mind thought about this before I knew homemade was coming out, but I used to do, when I moved to Nashville, I did cooking segments because I'm like a new time cooker. So like it was just kind of like I would try random, because I'm like related to health and everything, so I would try like cauliflower pizzas and this like really weird stuff. But
we should do a show where you cook, and we'll do a cooking show.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I just like I'm one of those people that if you see something really random on like the side aisle that looks somewhat interesting and intriguing, I'll try it. Like yesterday I just bought like vegan oatmeal chocolate cookies, which were absolutely terrible, but like I filmed it. But so with the creativity of homemade, with the single coming out, I had this cooking thing that I already did. So we did this little like bit where I was like, and welcome back to Cooking with Bailey. I'm your host, Bailey Callahan, and today we're like cooking up something quite tasteful. And then I showed like me cooking and like flour on my face, and then it was done and we pulled the CD out of the oven. Just like little things like that. So like on that front, it's fun. But when it's like a dead week and you haven't really done much that's exciting for your followers, then it's very hard because you don't want to post just a selfie, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of homemade, you want to do the song?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. This is the new single by Bailey Callahan.
Yeah, so I'll talk about it real quick. So, Homemade is a song about the appreciation of where you come from. Okay. When I moved to Nashville, I was so pumped to move. Like, it was everything that I'd ever wanted since I was 11. So I had there's a little bit of a time gap from 11 to 18. So I had a lot of time to plan, and I was so passionate about it. Like, I love to plan things. So especially when I'm passionate about it, it was like, I had everything planned down to a T. Whether it was the color scheme, the food in my fridge. I mean, I bought furniture like 2 years prior to moving. Like, I was so ready and just so excited. I mean, any possible situation, like a robber breaking into my house, you know, like a leak, like spiders, you know, like, I mean, any and everything, I was ready for it. But the one thing that I didn't anticipate was that I was going to miss home. Because I was just so ready to like hit the road running, like see you suckers. Like I didn't ever think that I was going to like reminisce. And as you get older, you know, we talked about as you get older, your perspective on things change.
Yeah, you don't need to point at me when you say as you get older.
No, but I heard you and Zach talking about it. But like that was kind of how it was for me when I moved. And even though I did have friends and I knew where I was, just the familiarity of things, like I would find myself like wishing I could go to like a local restaurant in Florida, or you know, it just got like my mom wasn't there and I'm very close to my mom.
It's a comfort thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a comfort thing. And so I wrote the song as a way to kind of keep me intact with where I came from and my upbringings. But then little did I know that so many people would connect to it, and so that's one of the main reasons that we put it out as a single too. Even from the songwriting standpoint, it's everything that I stand for as an artist and what I have to say as a songwriter. So this is Homemade. Backwoods bonfires, howling at the moon, 4th of July, laying on a rusty pontoon, Daytona, working on a tan, pouring Captain Morgan into our Coke cans. Everybody's gotta grow up, where I'm from, it's done. With a little more love, a little more time, a little more crazy, and a little less refined. No matter where I go, no, I won't ever change. I'll always be the girl that homemade. homemade. We like it homemade. A little more love, a little more time, a little more crazy and a little less refined. No matter where I go, no, I won't ever change. I'll always be the girl that homemade. I'll always be the girl that homemade. I'll always be the girl that homemade.
I like that a lot. That's cool.
Oh, thank
I
you.
could almost see the video going in.
Yeah.
When you're singing it, yeah.
It was cool. I got to headline for 30,000 people on 4th of July. And so we shot half the music video there. And then the rest, like, we're going to get all like our high school friends together. And one of the things we did in high school was, sounds so cheesy, but like I was friends with a lot of people that drove trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
And we would go out to like BFE and have a bonfire and they'll all circle around the bonfire. And so I'm going to try and like reunite everyone and do like shots like that, and then go to the beach, and like my pale self will try and look like I'm getting a tan, so you know.
That's cool.
Nostalgic.
It's funny, all those things that you remember. I mean, for you, it's a lot closer. But thinking of all the things you do in high school,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, and you think at the time you think it's really cool, and then you go through a period of your life where you think, that was just cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think, later.
But it's
like,
so
still
funny
really
though, you
cool.
know, because that's like shaped who you are.
Yeah,
So it's just neat to look back on it.
that's cool. So I'm going to ask you the same question I'd like to ask indie artists. You're the big star. Tonight, after you leave here, you're going to do a big stadium show. Who's your opening act?
There's a lot of people. I'm just gonna say all my influences, if they were ever to be at a level that was beneath my stardom, I highly doubt that, but I'd say Taylor Swift, the Dixie Chicks, and Eric Church, 100%.
Yeah, all on their downside of their careers.
Yeah, Taylor Swift would be like catastrophic. You know, like
That's
get
right.
it, and then because she likes cats.
That's kind of a difference.
Catastrophic. God. Just end it now.
So I'm not the only one that tells jokes like that.
No. I got dad jokes too.
That's man.
No,
I wouldn't have even told that joke. And if I had told it, they would be groaning. But you tell it, and they're laughing.
But and then another one. So this is not as good as Taylor, the catastrophic. But like Eric Church's career fell because he smoked a little smoke. He smoked too. No, that was not good.
Yeah, you
get it though? What I meant, like what I was trying to do.
Trust me, as someone who knows going too far for the joke, you went too far for the joke.
Well, there's and this is I'll leave this with you before I go.
Okay.
There was any of my younger fans out there. I was a big fan of Hannah Montana growing up, and so her whole thing was her dad's name was Bobby Ray.
Billy.
No, that's his real name. Bobby Ray Stewart, I think, was his like actor name, character name, and so he would always do like these really stupid jokes on there. And Miley Cyrus's whole thing was like not to laugh at them, to encourage him to do them again. So just remember that.
Yeah, so you're telling the dad jokes to encourage people like me not to do it?
No, so when, like, you and I are laughing at them now, but the trick is not to laugh at them so that person knows that they just should never do it.
Okay, so if you get invited on any more interviews, I'll make sure I spread the word.
We'll just be very professional, yeah. We'll wear bow ties and... Yeah.
Bow ties, no.
We need to do a classy episode where we're just like prim and proper, like drinking our tea, you know?
The classy ship has sailed.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. How can people connect with you?
You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, any and everything. You can go to my website, BaileyCallahan.com. I have everything on there, music. Please go stream Homemade. It'd be awesome. Thank you for adding me to your playlist, by the way. That's very kind. Oh, not just one song, but 2 songs.
Oh, no, I have to do that. No, you didn't impress me enough to do 2 songs.
the dad joke thing really killed it. See, I started off on Bang, and now we're...
You were working up, and it was like a graph going up. And
pretty much like the artists that are going to open up for me when I'm like there. They were here, and then they just went down.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
You're like, oh, great, I have to open for Bailey.
Just too many dad jokes.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for
You're
having
a
me.
delight.
Thank you.
That sounded really bad in the way I said it, but it was,
No, but that's like a good,
it's true.
no, that's a good word to use because it kind of goes on the whole like homemade thing.
Yeah.
So like if we were, like food critics, it'd be like, oh, that was delightful or like tasteful. So you sound delightful, you're very tasteful. So thank you.
Thank you. On that note, I think we should end the show before it gets any worse. Bailey Callahan, make sure you check out her music and of course check out our Spotify playlist, the Nashville Access Show 2019 playlist. Go and follow that and discover some really cool music by cool artists like this. Thanks for watching the show today. I'm Camo. Make sure you connect with me on Chris Country all across the UK every Sunday at midday following Bobby Bones. And make sure you check me out if you're in Tamworth, Australia. You can listen to me on 88.9 Tamworth Radio with Jody Crosby and John Wolf every Thursday morning for my pick of the week. See you next time.